I applied for 15 jobs, I applied for 100 jobs. So the problem is not always the job market. Sometimes it's how we are applying, how to apply for a job properly. So let's go for the solution. Hello friends. Okay, let me be just honest with you. Most of students today are not struggling due to lack of jobs. There are jobs, but the real problem is they don't really know how to apply job properly. And I know this is something usually don't talk about it, but today we're gonna talk about it honestly. Every single day I hear students saying, I applied for 15 jobs, I applied for 100 jobs, still no response. And they feel frustrated and they start to thinking there is no opportunities or the market is bad. But when you actually look at what they did, then you start noticing a pattern. They didn't properly read the job description. They're just applying everything they saw. And honestly, they don't really even know what company is expecting. So the problem is not always the job market. Sometimes it's how we are applying. Let's start with the biggest mistake, not reading job description properly. You know, the JD is not just a long paragraph to skip. It's actually very important. It tells you what skills are required and what tools you should need to know and what kind of person they are looking for. But what the most of students do, they just see the job title and click apply and move to the next one. No checking, no understanding. That's not job searching. They're just applying blindly and hope something will work. So the second problem is no clear direction. Students apply everywhere. IT job, marketing, sales, HR, everything. But let me ask you something. Do you really know what role you really want? If someone asks you what kind of job that you're really looking for, do you have any clear answer? If you're confused, then how can a company gonna understand you? Clarity is very important. And there is one more important thing that I really want the students to understand. There is a lot of students applying for job through email in the wrong way. For example, some students just send the resume attachment without writing anything properly in the email. No introduction, no subject, no details about themselves, literally nothing. Just attaching the resume and sending it. It's not professional. Just think about the HR person for a second. They receive hundreds of emails every single day. And if your email look empty and careless, there's a high chance of they won't even open your resume. Your email itself creates your first impression. So whenever you apply through email, try to be professional and clear. First, write a proper subject line. For example, application for a front-end developer role and your name. Then inside the email, explain yourself briefly and mention who you are and what role you are applying for and your skills and why you are interested in this role. And also keep it short and clean. So the third problem is lack of skills. It might be a little bit uncomfortable. Many students doesn't have the required skills yet. For example, you can't apply for a developer role without knowing the coding, right? Or you can't apply for a marketing role without knowing the basics like social media and branding. But still people apply and hope something will work. Today, companies don't just look at your degree. They just look at what you can actually do. So your skills matter more than your mark. The fourth problem is communication issues. You might have good skills, but if we can't explain them properly, then you will lose the opportunity. Some students feel nervous, some are not confident in English, and some don't even know how to answer even simple questions like, tell me about yourself. And that's completely okay. But it's something you need to work on because communication is not about perfect English. It's about expressing your thought clearly. The fifth problem is resume problems. And then comes the resume. There is some resumes looks very confusing. There's no format, no skills, no achievements, no projects. And sometimes it's just copied from the internet without even understanding. But your resume is the first thing a company sees. Before they talk to you, before they knew you, they see your resume. So if your resume is not clear and strong, you won't even get the first chance. So let's go for the solution. What you can do now? First one, choose your field. Don't try to do everything. Just pick one area and focus on it. Second, start building your skills. Learn what companies are actually asking for. And also not just theories, do some practical things also and small projects. And 3, always read the job description before applying. And also ask yourself, do I match this at least 60 to 70% of this? 4, improve your communication. Start speaking daily even if it's a simple English. Also, practice in front of mirror or with your friends or anything that helps. And 5th, create a strong and clean resume. Highlight your skills, add your projects, and just show what have you done. And finally, don't apply randomly, apply smartly. Even if you are applying a few jobs, make sure they're the right one because quality is always better than quantity. What to include and what to avoid. Okay, now let's fix one of the biggest problem. It's your resume. A lot of students ask, what should I include in my resume? Let me make it very simple for you. First, your basic details. your name, email, and phone number, and then your skills, the one you actually know, and then project. This is very important, and education, and last, add an internship or experience if you have. That's it. Keep it very clean and simple. Now, what you should need to avoid. First of all, don't add fake skills, and also don't copy from others. And do not write long paragraphs, and not try to add unnecessary personal details. And please don't make your resume 3 to 4 pages long. As a fresher, 1 page is more than enough. Let me quickly explain how a resume should look like. At the top, your name and contact details. Then a section for your skills. For example, Python, Excel, communication, and something that you actually know. Next, projects. It's very important. Even if it's a small project, it's fine. Just explain what you did in just 2-3 lines. Okay? Then add your education. And that's it. Very clean and simple and easy to read. Remember, recruiters only spend a few seconds on your resume. So make it easy for them. How to apply for a job properly. Now let's talk about how to actually apply for a job. Don't apply randomly. Read the job description carefully and understand what the company is actually asking for. Then check your resume, does it match the role? If it was yes, then apply. And one more thing, try to customize your resume slightly based on the job. For example, if it was a marketing job, then highlight your marketing skill. And if it was a tech job, then highlight your technical skills. Also, whenever possible, try to add a short message or a cover letter. Just a 2-3 lines is enough. For example, like, "Hi, I'm interested in this role and I believe my skills are match your requirements." This small effort can make a huge difference. Common mistakes students make. Now let's quickly go through some common mistakes. These are simple, but you should be conscious. Applying without reading the job description and sending the same resume everywhere, adding fake skills, and poor communication, also not having any projects, and no clear career direction. And one more big mistake, giving up too early. Getting job takes time. It's a process. So if you really want a job, focus on improving yourself step by step. Learn the right skills, create a strong resume, and apply in the right way. And also, do not apply more, apply better. Because at the end of the day, it's not about how many jobs that you apply to. It's about how well you're prepared for them. So yes, opportunities are there. Don't just blame the market, and don't just say there are no jobs. Start improving yourself step by step. If you found this helpful, please share to your friends because maybe they need to hear this too. And also, if you want a simple, honest videos like this, please don't forget to subscribe.